What's up, folks? Jay here again, and I'm excited for this one because we're diving into a niche that has been on fire for a long time now, and it's one of those things that is just going to keep producing year over year. And the other niche we're going to look at is a little more obscure, but I think it has a ton of potential. And if you watched any of my previous niche research videos, you've seen by the amount of stuff that I've listed and already sold this year, if I think there's potential there, there's a good chance there's probably some potential there. So we're going to validate the niche first. That's what we do with Evergreen, going through with the Evergreen Chrome extension especially. Makes it super easy to do on the fly, and then we're going to design more stuff with Kittl. You guys have said you loved this stuff and you want more of it, so that's what we're going to do. And no surprise, we got the 4th of July right around the corner, right? So this is something that I see tons of people designing for all the time, but literally almost everything sells. It's crazy. Americans will buy literally anything that is red, white, or blue, or has USA on it, or has an American flag on it. Case in point, I put up a bad design of an American flag fishing shirt, and I made a mistake. I added distressing on it, and I forgot to delete the distressing, and it's like, I don't know, my 5th best seller of all time. So it doesn't even have to look good. People will buy it. That's all there is to it, right? It just has to have that, that American flag classic kind of distressed look, or like these talk about hot dogs, all the iconic stuff, right? So like, look at this first page on Etsy right now. So all I did again was search 4th of July. I do not want to search 4th of July shirt, because if you watched my last video, you know that we might miss stuff if we include the word shirt. I just want to see what's out there and what we can maybe kind of put into a design for a shirt, or get some inspiration that way, and then we'll go into Kittl and make something awesome as usual. So looking at this stuff, like I said, Americans will buy almost anything that is in the 4th of July theme. So the red, white, and blue, you've got red, white, and blue chickens, literally anything, fireworks, hot dogs. So that's the iconic, the ballpark Frank, like take me out to the ball game. It's Cracker Jacks, hot dogs, all the snacks. I'm spilling the tea, Boston Tea Party. We're doing some historical stuff. There's all kinds of iconic things here that it's just such a big pie that there is absolutely a slice for everybody out there. America in a different font. It looks a little more handwritten. You got a lightning bolt. You got elements here that were trending, a few years back with the leopard print, but literally, again, red, white, blue stripes, stars and stripes. Got some Trump stuff that'll probably never go out of style. Rolling up some American spirit. Red, white, and cool with a popsicle. I actually did one of these. It was real cool pop. I did it last year for Father's Day running into 4th of July, and it started really selling in May for Father's Day before even June hit, and then it carried right on through the 4th of July. It said real cool pop, or best pop ever. There was like a few variations of that I did. Red, white, and blue popsicles. I'm seeing more of this stuff now, so I don't know if somebody's telling you to do this stuff, but yeah, I'm seeing more of this pop up now. But funny 4th of July shirt, hot dog lover, so hot dogs again. The beer cans, Star Spangled Hammered. One of these designs, I had a Star Spangled Hammered shirt, I think in my first 6-figure year. That was in 2015. It just said, time to get Star Spangled Hammered, and it was literally just the words with an overlay of a flag on top of it. It sold like crazy. I think I sold like $8,000 worth of just that one design in June going into July. And it still sells sporadically. It's nowhere near as it is now, because everybody's making way better designs than just words on a shirt from back then, right? So 1776. Oh, the Declaration of Independence, I believe, right? That was when it was signed. You got the lightning bolt again, stars and stripes, all kinds of stuff. Chill the 4th out. That's funny. I have not seen that yet, so that's kind of cool. Born free, now I'm expensive. Looks like it's popular now, so people will buy whatever it is, right? America, freedom, American Dalmatian PNG. Oh, there's a little bit of Dalmatian dots in the background. Wow. Freedom, brave, independence, power. That's funny. You got 3 nouns and an adjective. Yeah, whatever. Literally anything. Dead inside, but it's 4th of July. Party like it's 1776. Kind of funny. American. That is funny. It's a cool design. Be very careful. It's obviously the Budweiser logo. A little too close for comfort for my like. And we're seeing a bit of a resurgence of this. Forget what movie it's from. I wouldn't do it. But made in America. This is cool. Just a PNG here. But the eagle distressing 1776. You got the iconic elements there. I believe made in America was trademark, so just be careful with that stuff. Jesus and American too. The amount of infringement is actually uncanny. Make America cowboy again. It's a cool design, definitely towing the line of the Marlboro, even with the guy on the horse, but it's redone in a way that, that's a pretty good example of parody. Does it toe the line of brand confusion? Maybe. I'm not sure. Parodies a defense in court. I'm just going to come over here and do product analysis. So we're going to get everything right now on the front page, but I want to look at literally everything that has been selling. Monthly revenue here. So, okay, so the first one is a Trump shirt doing $4,000 a month. USA flag 4th of July custom color shirt. It is doing 4K Canadian, so like just over 3,000 US. I want to see what this one is here.
You look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
So there you have it. That's why it's so popular, and it's from Legally Blonde 2. Lines in a movie, copyrighted. I wouldn't do this, but it doesn't mean you can't put hot dogs on a shirt, right? And as you guys know, I do have the links down below, so no pressure there, but it is nice to see everything at a glance with the Chrome extension here. I've got coupons for discounts, so make sure that if you do check it out, you use those coupons, save you some money. So now let's go over to ChatGPT here and see what we can come up with for something to put on a shirt, you know, American themed, USA themed, that we can maybe mix with hot dogs. So all right, so I'm telling you, if you're not, you know, on the AI train here at all, you're missing out, because on a day like today, like I was kind of struggling for like ideas to put on a shirt for, you know, the design that's coming down the pipe here. I just typed in, give me some ideas for funny phrases to put on a t-shirt combining hot dogs and 4th of July. Look at this. Hot dogging my way through Independence Day, grilling and chilling, the American dream. I could see that right now. Grilling and chilling, you know, like kind of scripty. The American dream in bold underneath, you know, with a hot dog on it, a hot dog mascot, right? Red, white, and brew with a hot dog too. Hot dogs, fireworks, and freedom. Let's be frank, it's a hot dog kind of 4th. Oh, let's be frank. I see what they did there. Relish the freedom. That's funny. Star Spangled Sausage Fest. Also funny. So, I mean, this is pretty awesome. What I did is I went into Kittl here. So I just typed in hot dog mascot with a 4th of July theme, and we'll generate a couple of these and see what happens. I went down here. I just did a 1-to-1 ratio, so it'll be a square. I clicked on mascot here, but we'll see what happens. All right, so there's the first one. That's kind of cool. I'll do this again, and that's kind of cool. You can actually see some relish here, so that other one might work, and I'll do it again and again, and these are what it spit out. How cool is that? So we've got our hot dog mascot. This one's got a hat. This one's got a bit of a flag poking up behind it. It looks pretty good, right? And it's done in the same style here, so it doesn't look like we just took a clip art of a hat and slapped it on top of a hot dog here. So, you know, these are gonna work. Let's try. Maybe I'll try a vintage one and see what we get. This looks pretty cool and vintage, and it's hinting at that retro sunset. Create a few more here and delete some of the ones I don't like. And the other one I like trying here is vintage drawing. So what it does is creates something that's just like a one color, like a black and white, but then it automatically deletes the background and all the what would be the negative space, so the white in it just leaves a black line drawing. So if you put it on a shirt, you would see the, you know, the shirt color showing through. So if you put it on like the natural shirts that we saw on Etsy there, you know, that off-white color, the creams or the comfort colors, the vintagey looking stuff, it'll actually show through, which will be pretty cool on a light shirt. So I'll just generate a couple of these. You can see what I mean. All right, so there's the first one. I'll create a couple more, and here we are. And these are pretty cool. So this is what I'm saying. Like if I drag it over here, you can kind of see the colors behind it. I just went into shapes here, created a black shape, layers, send a basic shape to the bottom so it's behind. If I was to make this one of those natural shirt colors, you can kind of see that happening here, right? So you can see how the shirt color would show through on that. So it'll work on, you know, some of the lighter, more muted, you know, the blues, you got some pinks in there, all whatever colors you want to do, right? We can literally just drag this down the spectrum here. And comfort colors, some of those vintage colors, and even a lot of the Bella and Canvas 3001 have a lot of options in these lighter colors, which is pretty cool. So now we want to add some text. So I'm back into ChatGPT looking here, and I want to see Grillin' and Chillin' and the American Dream. And we're just going to look for a t-shirt template, and if I don't find one I like, then we'll just create our own. So all I will do is click on apparel here, looking for something that could be a little more vintagey but simple. That's a really cool illustration. At first, I don't like getting too specific with my prompts or what my searches are, because like I've shown you in Etsy before with the previous video, I don't like kind of bottlenecking stuff. And limiting potential gold mine search results, right? So this is kind of like how I like to do my research, right? Just go down these rabbit holes and maybe we can get inspiration from literally anything. Oh, look at that. Somebody else did a golfing hot dog. So that's cool too. Wild and free, bold and strong. I don't know what's going on here with the verbiage matching the golfing hot dog, but I think that was a missed opportunity, but pretty cool anyway. I kind of like how the wording is here. So I'm just going to command click so it opens a new tab here. It's kind of what I had in mind. It looks like it could do something vintage. That could be it right there. Grillin' and chillin', and then whatever it said here, the American dream, right? I kind of like this too. That looks like it could fit the vintage vibe. Now, we got a few that I like, and I'm just going to type vintage 50s. Get a little more specific now that we got a few ideas. And I think that's the kind of font I want to, incorporate for the stuff at the bottom. And that's going to be the font right there. Quacking me up, that's funny. This is going to be what we're going to do for Grillin' and Chillin' here, so I'm just going to open that one. Grillin' and Chillin', yeah, we're going to use this design. So I'm just going to Command X that and bring it over into our hot dog one. We'll just zoom out a little here. Get these up here. I think we'll do... Oh, this guy's kind of cool too, right? Just going to play around with that. Maybe we'll do the AI background remover, background color. Make you the... And a lot of the times we use these background removers, like you would lose the white... some of the white parts, the lighter parts in designs when you use background removers, but Kittl's one seems to do a really good job of actually only removing the background. So yeah, no complaints here. It's kept the actual white, and I only made it this darker so you could see what was going on here, but we're going to change that baby diaper green almost, that muted kind of color here. This flag's a little screwy, so we're going to delete him. This guy's kind of cool. I like the lines. Type Grillin'. I think we're going to remove the effects, text color, go a little black here. So it's already on the angle. I think we want to make it curve a little, so I'll just go with like wave, and we can reduce the angle a little bit here. I think that looks kind of cool. Grillin'. And then you guys know if I hold down Option and click and then drag, it'll create a duplicate a lot faster than copying and pasting. That way we maintain the curve here. I think I'll just kind of rotate this one a little bit. Grillin' and chillin'. Ampersands are always fun, using typography. You could always put the apostrophe N there, but I think an ampersand would look pretty cool. And the other nice thing is that it takes the fonts that we've recently used and keeps them kind of at the top of the list, so they're easy to, click on when you need them. So I'll do that. I'll probably do that. Make you nice and big here. Grillin' and chillin'. And then this guy, I don't know where to put him. Do we want him here or do we want him big in the middle? Maybe we'll go over here. A little more balance, and then the American Dream. We can make this the Adventure OG. I think we'll get rid of the effects again. Keep it monotone. I'm just gonna move this stuff around, so you always want to create balance here. I think that looks pretty cool. The only option that I'm not sure about is whether I want it to go across the whole thing. What do you guys think? What would you have done here? Would you have left it like this, or would you make it a little smaller? This Grillin' and Chillin' can be the focal point. We've got our hot dog here. It looks pretty cool. The American Dream is secondary, but it's also one of the major elements of this. So we're gonna go with document colors here. So let's go with a little bit lighter. I wanna do like a gray. I think we'll make everything that gray. Now we've instantly got a kind of muted gray here. I think that kind of looks cool. That looked fun on a shirt. I think it looks pretty cool. It's reminiscent of like the 50s diner, the hamburger hot dog joint, right? The burger joints. So yeah, I think we're doing something right here. I feel like it needs some element, maybe like these stars, these maybe like these lines or something here, or maybe a line here, or like 2 stars or something. So let's see what we can do here. Definitely spot elements. Let's show all. These are all vintagey looking and kind of right up the alley. I'm looking for something that is similar to this, but maybe a little, rounded. So it's got to match the design, right? Everything's rounded. It's got a kind of like a softer feel to it. Like even these stars up there are a little round. So maybe we can find one. Ooh, that one could work. I'm just going to click on it to drop it here. Use our document colors here. That looks cool. It's almost like having an asterisk. That looks pretty sweet. And then I'll just Command G to group, but I'll right click so you can see that you can group here. It shows Command G. So I'm just Command G-ing because keyboard shortcuts are where I'm at. Now you can see I can click on it, move the whole thing around. Tilt a little more. All right, so I gotta back this out now. Gotta get this stuff off my artboard. Make you nice and big. All right, we'll fill that space. You guys know I'm using a 15 by 18 artboard that you'll see in a minute here. Can bring you out to there. It's already got no background, but I'll just click download here and you can see that it's already got the Amazon merch preset, so it's good to go for, you know, as large as you possibly would ever need it to be on a t-shirt. You won't need larger than 15 inches wide by 18 inches high anyway, so we're almost at the 15 inch mark. I'm just going to download that. You always want to remove background, optimize quality. Download here. That's a pretty awesome looking 50s, vintage 50s style American Dream shirt, I think. So you can just use Kittl and knock out something that looks super awesome. It looks like that 50s period. Thanks to Kittl for sponsoring this part of the video. I got a 25% off coupon that I'll show right there. And that's good for 25% off your monthly membership, or if you were to get the Kittl Pro, for example, it's good for the annual membership. So you could save up to $72 if you went annual with my 25% off coupon. So that's a pretty sweet deal there. That's some pretty good savings. But let's go over to Printify now and see what we can do in terms of products. And as usual, I do not like to filter my search results because sometimes, you miss stuff, right? Call it a weird OCD FOMO type thing. But yeah, that's me. And then the ringer tee is the one I was actually kind of interested in here. So it's already got the colors we like, the natural with the midnight navy. I'm going to see what we can do here. So start designing. So these are $11.86. SwiftPod again, that 1.8 day turnaround on average right now over the last 30 days. I'm partial to Monster Digital for the Gildan 64000, but you can see here for these ringer tees, 9.6 on quality, production speed is 9.1, and stock reliability is a 10, meaning they almost never run out. So let's just go into here, start designing, select the variants. I want to do natural. We can do natural and black, but I think I'd like to do natural and navy. It just looks cooler, and that's what, the kind of design was intended for, right? So all I got to do is go to my downloads here, drag and drop, and Bob's your uncle. So we got a vintage looking design on a vintage looking shirt. This is awesome. It looks great. Looks exactly like what it's supposed to. Fits the period, and that looks awesome. Pretty cool lifestyle mock-up here, and you can even change it to realistic so that it's a little bit more muted on the shirt, which might even give it a little bit more of a, that vintage 50s vibe. There it is, a little bit more muted. Kind of hard to tell because it's already a bit of a muted design, so it already looks awesome, but this is what I'm talking about here. This will look amazing. The other niche I wanted to show you guys was kind of like the vacation shirts for expats, right? I'm here now living on a beautiful little tiny island in Belize called Kittl. It's a pretty awesome spot to be in. I've always kind of wanted to have a t-shirt that says like, I live where you vacation, sort of thing like that. So that was also the inspiration behind an Etsy shop that Stacy and I are starting soon, which is, I started a series about it actually over a year ago now, and we just had to put everything on hold because we had some massive life changes, right? So that said, we had intended to open a shop called Get Shipwrecked, and the tagline for it was like, don't send help. So it's like, it's the same kind of thing of saying like, I live where you vacation, or I intended to get shipwrecked. It was a kind of like a play on words with that. So I'll link to that up here, and hopefully we'll have our ducks in a row going into Q4. We're going to be sharing most of that in my Inner Circle coaching group, where we focus on a lot of design. So we're using different programs and stuff, one of which is Kittl. But I searched pirate because I wanted that kind of theme. I wanted to do the 70s, 80s rocker kind of vibe, right? So the 80s, it went into more of the black shirt, but the late 70s, they had the raglans, so with the dark fronts with the white sleeves, and then the white fronts with the dark sleeves. And I wanted something that looked a little, rock and roll that way, but like with a vintage vibe. So I typed pirate, and there's a lot of vintage stuff here that could work. I'm not going to do anything ultra piratey, I don't think, but I just wanted to see what could work that maybe I can just write Get Shipwrecked, right? And then maybe Kittl Belize, or Don't Send Help, something like that, right? Like a lot of these could work, which is awesome. That's cool. Yeah, this kind of has that, I'll zoom in here so you can see that. It's that kind of like Goonies vibe almost. It's gritty. It looks cool, and I think it'll look so good on one of those like rocker tees. So I'm just going to see what we can do here and kind of screw around with this a bit and maybe change some stuff. So I'm going to Command G to ungroup, get. So that's all I wanted to say, Get Shipwrecked. This is looking awesome already. Sometimes, you just can't beat Kittl, I'm telling you. A little too much here. Got a little excited. How cool is that? It looks definitely, that rock and roll, 70s rock, almost 80s metal. Yeah, we're there. That's awesome. I'll probably mess around with this a bit more and then fast forward this part until we have some completed designs. All right, so we just skipped to a completed design. I think this looks pretty cool. I've been a massive fan of the Goonies. It kind of sparked that interest of, you know, the piratey thing in me as a kid. This is a throwback to that. It looks like a little bit. It reminds me of that, the same type of colors, but it definitely looks like, you know, that rocker 80s metal kind of hairband versus 70s rock kind of vibe for sure. This will look good on white. I'm just gonna change the background color to white so we can see what that'll look like. Background color, yeah, that'll look good, and it'll also look good on black. So I'll do a version that'll look good on black, and we'll do this. So this is the shirt I had in mind. It's the unisex tri-blend 3/4 raglan. The next time you see me, it'll be a couple weeks in advance, and I'll have those shirts hopefully here and ready to show you guys. And then we're gonna go back in time, forward in time, and back in time again.